It feels like this clutch has taken absolutely ages and ages to finally shed. And yeah, I think this is going to be my last clutch this season. I do still have some pairings going on. I've got two in fact. One of them I'm not hopeful for, and the other one they've been locking plenty of time, so I'm really hoping that something does come out of them. But yeah, so what I'll do is I'll start off with the, I'll probably go from lowest to highest basically of what I think everything is. So I'll start off with these two. So these are both Blackheads. They're 100% het for clown and they're possible het for hypo. Again, I'm using a ring light on this actually, so they don't look, they still look pretty dark to me, but the ring light sort of blows them up a bit and makes them look a lot brighter. On the sides they are, but on the blacks you're getting like that bluey grey, almost like a shed tint to it. They're literally jet black, and you can see that on some of the posts I've put on Instagram. But yeah, these are both going to be 100% het for clown, possible het for hypo. One of them's male, one of them's female. This one on my left, so this one here is a female and this one is a male. Depending on what the rest of the clutch turn out to be, I'll probably be letting both of these go, just because I don't need them. But hey, if you wanted to get into the Blackhead clown project with these two, you've got the chance of producing some super Blackhead hypo clowns. I mean, that's something to shoot for if you wanted to. If I had to guess with these two, I would probably say that one of these is het hypo and one of them isn't. And I'd probably say this darker one isn't het for hypo, which is the female, and I'd probably say this male is het for hypo only because he's slightly brighter. If you look at the two, you can see the colours on him are slightly brighter. But that's just what I'm guessing. Again, it could just be slight changes in the morphs, but yeah, so that's them two. So the next two I want to look at, I'm going to save what I think is the Blackhead clown for last. So the next two, they've thrown me a bit of a curveball, to be fair, and I still don't know what's going on. Again, I might be looking into it too much, but it's just something that, yeah, I'm going to need some help with. So it's these two. So normally a lot of people would say, oh yeah, they're super pastel clowns, but there's no way they can be super pastel. The female's not a pastel at all. There's nothing else going on with the pastel. If you want to see pictures of parents, go and watch the egg cutting of this clutch, and you'll be able to see the parents for yourself. But I don't know. I really don't know. They might just be very bright pastel clowns. I've not actually made a pastel clown before, so I've got nothing to sort of reference it to, and I've had a look online and they kind of look like pastel clowns, they kind of don't. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I want to say they're pastel Blackhead clowns, just because of the pattern on the side. I know the Blackhead, you get like these white flames coming up the side, but then I think you get that with pastel clowns as well, even like with the speckles on them, even with the heads. The head to me, I mean, I don't know what it would look like, but I don't know. The head's so bright the camera can't focus on it. It's focused and it still looks blurry on the camera. That's how bright the heads are. They're literally pure white, the heads. But yeah, I don't know. So I'd love everybody's input. I'll show you the other one. I'd love everybody's input, just because the more help I can get, the better. The more people that jump on this. Again, the head's so bright, it's really struggling to focus on it. But again, the patterns down the side, they seem very, again, I don't know. I would say they look Blackhead to me, but just it's more because of that dark shadowing on the tail and things like that. Again, I've looked at pictures of pastel clowns. I'm really not sure, but the dorsal stripe's really wide. I don't know. It is a tricky one. If anyone does know anyone that's been working with pastel Blackhead clowns and things like that and can shoot me some pictures, I did try and reach out to someone on Morph Market, but he just seemed a bit of an aggressive person really, so I just didn't bother messaging back. But yeah, if if anyone knows what's going on with these two, then please hit me up, send me a message on Instagram or something like that, drop a message down below in the comments. I'd love to know. So now we come on to the last one, and I had a bit of an up and down with this clutch. Everything was going fine. You can see the egg cutting that I did. 3 of the animals had pipped, 1 of them had pretty much come out by the time I'd finished cutting. And yeah, so I thought, bang on, they're all going to be ready. You can see the eggs are slightly swollen, and that is because, I think it's because of the moisture in the tub somehow seeping through the tray that I use. I think the tray was absorbing the water, and that was then getting absorbed by the eggs, which made them plump up so much. But yeah, so this little guy was last to come out. Now it is a little bit graphic. I didn't want to do too much recording because I just wanted to get this sorted straight away. But what happened was, after I cut this baby, it came out of the egg and it was still attached to the yolk, and it still had quite a sizable yolk to it, which you'll be able to see. And instantly I panicked, thinking, oh god, this is it, it's not going to make it. If this is the snake that I wanted to produce over all these years, it's gone, I've lost it. And it took me a while to sort of get my composure, think about what I needed to do, and rather have this snake try and rip itself from its umbilical cord and not absorb as much yolk as it could. I thought, right, I'm gonna make an artificial egg. So I got I think it's a 16-ounce water bowl. I put a load of paper towel in there, dampened it all down, made sure there wasn't an excess of water in there. I had some water bowls in the snake room, so they were basically like 84 degrees anyway. And then what I did was, I took the baby, lifted the baby up with the egg, and I popped it into this little cup, and for some reason the yolk went really hard on the outside, and it had attached itself to the bottom of the egg. So I had to gently peel it off the egg, and where the baby had pulled itself out, it twisted the umbilical cord a little bit. So I had to untwist it, pop it in the little pretend egg, and then as I was feeling the yolk, a lot of the yolk had actually gone hard. Which again, I was thinking, oh no, this is no good. If it tries absorbing this, is it then going to get hard belly and things like that? I was really panicking at this point. Well, I thought I'd just let it do its thing, leave it alone. So I popped it in this little tub, got a lid, put some holes in the lid, and popped the lid on. So basically I just made an artificial egg, so it couldn't escape, it couldn't drag the egg yolk around, and I just thought it'd just give it the best chance of survival. And I left it in there for about 2 days basically, and when I kept checking on it, didn't open the tub, I was just looking through the incubator, looking through the side of the cup, and I saw that it actually detached itself from the egg yolk, and I was thinking, oh no, I can still see loads of it. When I went in to investigate, it looked like it had just separated nicely. It hadn't looked like it had been pulling on the snake or anything like that. I can show you the underneath of the belly. There's the belly button there. It's perfectly normal, as you'd expect. So yeah, I got the egg yolk out, and again took a picture of it so you can see it, and it was literally just like a hard rubber bouncy ball. There was no way that it would have been able to absorb any of that, and luckily I have checked this baby, it doesn't have any signs of hard belly or anything like that, and it has actually passed in its tub, which is really good. It's passed some little yellow fecal matter. So yeah, but I was super panicking. And then the other thing that really made me panic was you can't really see it. If I didn't tell you about it, you wouldn't know, but this baby does have a slight kink. And when I mean slight, it is literally, I've never had a baby that's kinked before, so that's why again I was panicking, thinking, oh god, it's not going to be able to shed, it's not going to be able to eat food and things like that. But the kink is literally right here, like that little tiny bit there where that V is. If you follow that V line along there, it's literally, see that little bulge in the neck there, that is it, that is the kink. When it straightens its neck, I mean, I don't want to pull it about because it is fresh out of shed, but when it fully straightens out, again, as you can see, it's a very, you can see just the tip of my finger here, it just juts in a little bit, and there's a very tiny little kink that you can feel just in the back of the neck. So yeah, I was kind of worried about that, and now I'm thinking hopefully as it gets bigger, maybe that kink will just sort itself out, straighten itself out, and there won't be any issues. But yeah, after that, this baby was the last one to shed because it was the last one out of the egg. And yeah, it seems healthy. It's not as big as the others, but it's still got some decent weight to it. It's not skinny. It's been set up, so it's got its own water bowl and everything like that. I haven't seen it drink yet, but again, it is fairly new, so I'm going to give this sort of a week and a half just to settle, and then I will start trying to offer it some food. But yeah, this is what I believe to be a blackhead clown. Again, I've never hatched blackhead clowns before. This is my first time getting one. I don't really know what to look out for, but from the pairing, there's nothing else it really could be. And I've looked online. I have seen some that look similar to this. But then I've also seen stuff like leopard and blade that can kind of make it look like that. And someone was saying that I could possibly have blade in the mix because of the two pastel clowns that I've hatched. So it is one of them things. It's very confusing when you've not made these animals before. It's one of them trippy things that do I or don't I, you know. But I think this is a blackhead clown. Again, I'd love to hear what everyone's thoughts are on it. I do love the head pattern. I love it. It's got like that little perfect teardrop on its head. I think that looks so cool, and I really hope it keeps that as it ages. But you can see the eye stripes there completely blown out. It's got a fairly standard clown look. It's got quite a blushed out dorsal line, which again I really like that. But yeah, I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this clutch, and if that is the case, if those two pastels are also blackhead, that means 5 out of 5 eggs were all blackhead. And there's no way my female clown is a blackhead clown. There's no chance of that. And the blackhead male that I put to him isn't a super blackhead. So yeah, I got really lucky with that. And they're all female, apart from one of the blackheads, which again, I didn't really want. If anything, I wanted this to be a male, just because I've got about 5 or 6 females lined up in the racks waiting for a male blackhead clown. It's getting to the point where I think I might just have to buy one in. Now I've produced one. Well, I think I've produced one. I might just go ahead and buy one just to speed up the projects, because this is taking its toll on me slowly. But yeah, so that is the clutch. Let me quickly get them all together so you can see them. So I'll try and spread them all out as best I can, but they're all sort of clumped together and wrapped up and tangled around. But all in all, I'm really happy with this clutch. And to be fair, if the two pastel clowns don't turn out to be blackhead, I'll probably keep one and make one for sale anyway. They are POS het hypo, so future down the line, I may be able to put something to this that I might keep the original male and possibly put him back to one of the females. I don't know, it depends what I make in the future. But it's a really nice clutch, to be fair. Really colourful, lovely patterns, and I love the blackhead stuff. The blackhead stuff is literally my go-to gene at the minute. I'm trying to get blackhead just into everything, like literally everything. So yeah, any advice be muchly appreciated. Again, if you don't want to leave a comment down below on the video, then just drop me a message on Instagram. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm over the moon. I'm happy that baby's come out fine. If you come across any issues like that where a baby's come out of the egg and left the umbilical cord and you're thinking, do I tie it off and cut it, do I leave it, feel free to shoot me a message. I'm always there to try and help. Again, I have had it before and I sort of panicked and I did the similar sort of thing, but by then it was kind of too late. But yeah, if you want any advice on what I did and things like that, a detailed conversation about them, please hit me up. I'm always available to help. But other than that, yeah, let me know what you think. I really would appreciate your comments. And I will keep you updated on this little baby just to see if it does feed on its own properly and things like that, if it has any issues with that tiny kink in its neck. But other than that, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.